slide release is ambidextrous on both sides. The safety is ambidextrous on both sides.
The Nintendo Zapper Ruger LCP, my Wolverine LCP2.
This is a variant of the gun that John Wick used in John Wick 1. He used a P30L, so it's a little bit longer.
But you can see the 38 Special along the top, and it looks like it did almost as much damage as the 38 Special, even though the bullet's only about half the size.
Shoot her! Yes! For science.
Oh! Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're back out on the range today with my friend Ryan.
You think there'd be more birds out here?
I like it nice and quiet.
But birds.
But it's not going to be quiet in a minute. Anyway, show what you got.
All right, so this is the Palmetto State Armory Dagger. They have proclaimed this to be sort of their, it's not their goal at a Glock killer, but a lot of people have called it a Glock killer because this comes in MSRP at $300, which is dirt cheap for a polymer striker pistol that is this reliable and this good. It can take, pretty much it's good to go with pretty much all Glock parts. So pretty much anything you want to switch out on it, slide, barrel, whatever, you can use all that stuff, all your Gucci stuff. Glock sights fit it, Glock mags fit it.
Looks like the back plate is also the same.
Back plate is the same, yeah. So this is essentially a Gen 3 Glock not made by Glock.
For way less money.
For way less money.
Wow.
And
okay.
The one that I got on special, and it actually came with 10 magazines along with it.
Okay.
So it was a pretty good deal. I have found this shoots as smooth as a Glock, and it actually has some updated features from the Glock Gen 3, like the slide releases for cleaning and stuff is a little bit wider. The grip is better. The point is better. So I've been really happy with it, and Palmetto offers a lot of customization, which is pretty cool too.
Now, have you customized this one at all, or is this
not yet?
Stock?
This is stock.
Okay. One thing I would like to point out real quick is that this one has 3-dot sights factory instead of those god-awful U sights that Glock comes with. So I would consider that to be a plus.
Yeah. The only downside I've seen to this so far that I don't like compared to other Glocks, for some reason they decided they needed to cut this out to try and make it easier to pull the mag out.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
It doesn't make it, I find it makes it less efficient than a Glock, but that's about the only thing I would say out of the box is worse. The trigger's better, they did a good job. The goal of Palmetto State Armory is to arm as many legal firearm owning Americans as possible.
And it's hard to beat $300 for a handgun.
For cheap, so that we can enjoy our Second Amendment right. So, anyway,
it looks like it might have an interchangeable back strap there. Is that correct?
No, this is stippled. So it is. They did not come out with the interchangeable back straps till later versions of the Glock. So this is, like I said, Gen 3.
Okay, and this is a 9mm, right?
Yes.
And it comes with 15 rounds.
15-round magazine, but you can put in the Glock standard 17-round. It just that it sticks out the bottom a little bit. And they actually make little plates you can put there, but I don't care. Want to give it a go?
Sure.
Go for it.
Go for it first. Oh, it's light.
Yeah.
It's super fat. I have smaller hands, so this is a pretty fat boy for me. But it's very light.
Needs to be chambered. I wouldn't hand it to you hot. Safety first.
Oh, the trigger is also really funky.
By funky, I think he means that Glock triggers are trash, and this is different.
That's not quite what I meant.
Come on. I don't know what it is about that third plate, but it's got magic on it or something. You can't hit it.
For some reason.
Yeah. You're shooting a little high. Still a little high. I'm telling you, there's magic around it.
Yeah.
That gong does not like to be hit. There it is.
Finally. We'll stop with that one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and empty it because I don't see any. Oh, never mind. That was the last shot.
I think there's one more in there.
Probably.
There it is.
Now, why didn't the slide stay back?
Because you took the magazine out.
Ah, okay. Okay, so a couple things about this gun. I do really like it. The trigger on it, like I mentioned earlier, is a little funky.
It's closer to a Smith & Wesson style trigger.
It felt a lot like your P30, where it's got like a lot of sponge.
Yeah.
Right there. But then when it hits the wall, it's really clean.
Yeah.
Really clean.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah.
And again, at the price point, it's hard to beat.
Oh yeah, for $300, this is a dandy gun, honestly.
A lot of guys are buying them because they could put them like in their truck or something as a truck gun, and if it gets stolen, it's $300.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And I mean, a Glock that's about this size, I would compare this to probably like a Glock 19.
It is a Glock 19.
That's fair? Okay.
Yeah.
So a Glock 19 runs what, 6?
For a Gen 5 MOS, yeah, but you could get a Gen 3 around 5.
Yeah, so by the time you've spent $500 on this gun, you could have an upgraded trigger,
Oh, yeah.
fiber optic tritium sights, I mean, like whatever you want, and then you're paying basically equal to what a Glock would be. So yeah, I really like this for a $300 gun. It's shot really sweet, other than, like you said, that magic one that doesn't want to get hit for some reason.
Yeah, or cursed, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, I like it. It's also got a, looks like is that a proprietary rail there?
It's Picatinny. No, that'll fit anything.
Okay, yeah.
Same as a Glock.
You can put lights, lasers, whatever on the front there.
The one
really
thing
nice.
that I found that some people say is not quite as easy to replace is the trigger, only because there are some Glock triggers that you have to modify the frame so they'll fit. It's just 5 minutes with a Dremel will do it.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of triggers, like a Tinny trigger won't fit without some minor modifications just because it bumps into stuff.
So yeah, here's the trigger basically. It's got a bunch of take up here where it's like spongy, just like the P30. And then it's got this nice solid wall and a really crisp break. It's probably somewhere around 5 pounds, I'm guessing.
That'd be about accurate.
And there is
the reset?
is the reset, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice trigger. Honestly, I don't think I'd even replace that trigger. It's pretty nice just the way it is.
What most owners have said is when they're thinking about getting a replacement trigger for this, if they just go ahead and put about 500 rounds through it, they no longer see a point in changing the trigger because it smooths out.
It's not a Glock trigger. It's very, very different from the Glock trigger.
Like
better. I said, this is a lot more like the one on Ryan's P30.
Or if you shoot some Smith & Wessons and some SIGs, they have a hinge trigger like that. I think that's where they got the inspiration.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. For a $300 gun,
oh, yeah.
This is really hard to beat. You said this is the Palmetto State Armory Dagger?
Dagger. And they have so many different versions with cuts in the slides, gold barrel. You can get a plate on top so that you can run a red dot. They have threaded barrels, short barrels. I mean, they got crazy amount of stuff. So.
And if you go to the website, they're always running deals on these, pretty much all the time. So it's like, I mean, you can even get like these like in a combo with an AR and a case and extra magazines, all sorts of crazy stuff. So.
And it's an Arbor Day deal. It's not even a real holiday.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, great little gun. I'm pretty impressed with it. So, thanks for sharing that with us today, sir.
Yeah,
and thank you for watching.
I wish there were more birds.
And we'll see you next time.